Well, good evening, everybody. Gore King here with some more Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Hope you're all having yourselves a fine afternoon as we continue on with my favorite gaming trilogy of all time. So, let's chat with the Ambassador and Captain Anderson.
Big news for you, Shepard. Captain Anderson is stepping down as commanding officer of the Normandy. The ship is yours now.
She's quick and quiet, and you know the crew. Perfect ship for a Spectre. Treat her well, Commander.
I want the truth. Why are you stepping down, sir?
You needed your own ship. A Spectre can't answer to anyone but the Council. And it's time for me to step down.
Come clean with me, Captain. You owe me that much.
I was in your shoes 20 years ago, Shepard. They were considering me for the Spectres.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
I failed. I couldn't make the cut. It's not something I'm proud of. Ask me later and I'll tell you the whole story. For now, all you need to know is, I was sent on a mission with Saren, and he made sure the Council rejected me. I had my shot. It came and went.
Oh, no.
Now you have a chance to make up for my mistakes.
I won't let you down, sir.
Saren's gone. Don't even try to find him. But we know what he's after.
Don't even try? I mean, I want to try.
Scouring the Traverse looking for clues.
We had reports of Geth in the Pharaoh system shortly before our colony there dropped out of contact. There have been sightings around Noveria.
Find out what Saren was after on Pharaohs in Noveria. Maybe you can figure out where the conduit is before he does.
The Reapers are the real threat.
I'm with the Council on this one, Shepard. I'm not sure they even exist.
But if they do exist, the conduit's the key to bringing them back. Stop Saren from getting the conduit, and we stop the Reapers from returning.
I'll stop him.
Yeah, we'll.
We have one more lead.
Gives just that one little musical note for it. It's like, I'll stop him. Wow. Nice.
We don't know if she's involved, but it might be a good idea to try and find her. See what she knows. Her name's Liara, Dr. Liara Tassoni. We have reports she was exploring an archaeological dig on one of the uncharted worlds in the Artemis Tau cluster.
Well, that's where I'm going.
Sounds like we should head for the Artemis Tau cluster.
It's your decision, Commander. You're a Spectre now. You don't answer to us.
Your actions still reflect on humanity as a whole. You make a mess and I get stuck cleaning it up.
I'll do whatever it takes to stop Saren.
Not exactly the answer I was looking for, Shepard. Remember, you were a human long before you were a Spectre.
Just like the
I have a
random
meeting to get to.
the random musical notes.
Questions you might have.
I wish that would happen every time I spoke.
Yes, Commander?
How are you holding up?
Honestly, this isn't how I pictured my career coming to an end. Pushing papers really...
I need to do an edit where, like, every time Shepard talks,
I believe in you, Shepard.
he gets that musical note.
Step aside, so be it.
Tell me what happened with you and Saren 20 years ago.
It's close to 20 years ago now.
Yeah,
Ambassador Gore
I know.
is our representative here in the city. Like Udina, she wanted to get a human into the Spectres. She chose me. The Council sent Saren to keep an eye on me and evaluate my performance, just like they sent Nihilus to keep tabs on you.
Why weren't you honest with me?
It's
Yeah,
not
what the
something I'm
Hellmans?
proud of. I had a chance to become the first human Spectre, and I failed. Saren made sure of that.
I think I deserve the whole story.
We had intel on a rogue scientist being funded by Batarian interests. He was trying to set up a facility to develop illegal AI technology out in the Verge. Alliance intel had done all the work, but the Council wanted a Spectre involved. We compromised. I was assigned to help Saren in his investigation. We tracked the scientist to a refining facility on Kamala. He was hidden away somewhere inside, protected by an army of Batarian mercenaries. The plan was simple. Sneak into the plant, capture the scientist, sneak back out. Quick, quiet, and a minimum of bloodshed.
I'm guessing things didn't go as planned.
Saren and I split up to cover more ground. Then about halfway through the mission, there was a massive explosion in the refinery core. Officially, it was ruled an accident, but I think Saren detonated it on purpose to draw off the enemy guards.
How many casualties?
The explosion tore the refinery to shreds. The whole place was on fire. Black chemical clouds poured out into the atmosphere. Nobody inside survived. There was a camp for the workers and their families nearby. Between the fires and the toxic fumes, the final death count was over 500. Mostly civilians. Saren didn't care. The target was eliminated. Mission accomplished. And I ended up taking the blame. That ended all talk of me joining the Spectres.
Saren caused the explosion. How'd he pin it on you?
In his report, Saren accused me of blowing his cover. He said it was my fault the guards were ready for us. He claimed that's why it turned into a massacre. Saren's report was all the proof the Council needed to kill my chances of becoming a Spectre.
Don't blame yourself, Captain.
I don't. I blame Saren. I think he wanted things to go bad. He was looking for an excuse to blow that refinery. Maybe he just likes the violence. Maybe he was just trying to make me look bad to keep humans out of the Spectres. If so, he pulled it off.
Why'd you let him get away with it?
Who do you think the Council was going to listen to? Me? Or their best agent? I had a bad feeling about him right from the start. I should have been more careful. Maybe I could have stopped things before they got out of hand.
Don't blame yourself, Captain.
No.
Maybe he just likes the violence.
The only thing I care about
You're right.
is Doctor.
It's no good living in the dark.
Alright, now, I did finish up a couple of little side quests that really didn't have any bearing on the story, but there is this whole question about this fellow named Baines, so we're going to ask about him.
What do you know about Armiston Baines?
Where did you hear that name? Never mind, I don't want to know. Baines is dead. Has been for quite some time.
The people I spoke with seemed to think he was still alive.
It's not common knowledge. Military's keeping it under wraps. Baines was doing some high-level work for the Alliance. Stuff even I wasn't aware of. One day he turns up dead on a drifting scout ship. Everyone suspects it was foul play, but it was never officially investigated.
This is a cover-up if I ever heard one.
I don't know much about it. You should talk to Admiral Kahoku. One of his crews discovered Baines' body.
I spoke to Kahoku. He never brought it up.
You should mention Baines the next time you see him. See if he'll tell you anything. Is there anything else, Commander?
Any extra intel you can give me on our colony at Pharos?
The entire planet used to be one giant Prothean city. Mostly ruins now. But some of the infrastructure is still intact. The colony tried to build on what the Protheans left behind. We lost all contact with them when the Geth attacked.
What do you know about the Artemis Tau cluster?
Not much. I've never been there myself. A handful of systems with a few small, uncharted worlds, but no real colonies. Might not be easy finding Dr. Tassoni out there. My advice is to look for the world with the Prothean ruins.
Alright, and Novaria?
What can you tell me about Novaria?
Novaria's trouble. Always has been. The whole planet's basically a center for corporations to conduct illegal research. Watch your back there, Shepard. Spectres are about the only form of Citadel authority Novaria respects. But they aren't popular.
Let's see if there's anything else about Kahoku.
Where can I find Admiral Kahoku?
Last I heard, he was up in the tower trying to get the Council to investigate Baines' death. Is there anything else, Commander?
Nope.
I should go.
That should do
I'll be
it.
here if you need anything.
Alright. Pretty much good there. Alright. Let's pop into the ship. We are gonna go grab Liara. I mean, recruit. I didn't say that.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
I heard what happened to Captain Anderson. Survives 100 battles and then gets taken down by backroom politics. Just watch your back, Commander. Things go bad on this mission, you're next on the chopping block.
Saren's out there somewhere, and we're gonna find him.
Everyone on this ship's behind you, Commander. 100%. Intercom's open. If you got anything you want to say to the crew, now's the time.
This is Commander Shepard speaking.
We have our orders. Find Saren before he finds the conduit. I won't lie to you, crew. This mission isn't going to be easy.
The Council wants to ignore this.
That's no surprise. They never helped us in the past. No reason they'd start now. But we don't need their help. We can do this on our own.
Our enemy knows we're coming.
When we go into the Traverse, Saren's followers will be waiting for us. But we'll be ready for them, too.
This is the most important mission any of us have ever been on.
The fate of an entire galaxy is at stake. We will stop Saren, no matter what the cost.
Well said, Commander. Captain will be proud.
The captain gave up everything so I could have this chance. We can't fail.
Yes, sir.
Alright. Alright, let's chat with some peeps in the crew.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
Racist!
We're all on the same team here, Presley.
With all due respect, sir, that's what they said about Nihilus. Look how that turned out.
I'm in charge here, Presley. I decide if we have non-humans on this vessel.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
How did you end up assigned to the Normandy?
I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my grandfather's footsteps, I guess. My first posting was on the Agincourt. We were at Elysium during the Skillian Blitz. A massive fleet of alien raiders hit the colony, trying to wipe it out. They had the numbers, but their ships were no match for an Alliance frigate. It was a slaughter. They couldn't even keep track of how many ships they lost.
How'd you end up on the Normandy?
I got my officer's commission after Elysium. Must have made an impression on the right people. Captain asked for me when he was picking his crew.
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop him. We don't need their help.
Some people think asking for help is a sign of weakness. That's just being stupid and stubborn. No matter how strong you are, allies can make you stronger.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. But don't worry, Commander. This won't be a problem.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, sir.
Alright, we'll talk to this goober first.
Anything you need, Commander?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander.
I just got here.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I don't see how we could have done things any better. At least not without getting to Eden Prime sooner. And we were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
Well, at least he didn't talk much. I always appreciate that. Okay. Let me see in here, because this is my quarters now.
Commander, you know that Quarian, Tally? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You got an eye for talent, Commander. But I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
I want to know more about the Normandy.
She's the best ship I've ever served on. Probably the fastest vessel ever designed. She's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
What's so special about the Tantalus drive core?
Proportionally, it's about twice the size of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the core.
That sounds neat.
Where else have you served, Adams?
If you name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy. My last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
Fill me in on the IES stealth systems. How does it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation. Too easy for sensors to pick them up, unless you find a way to capture those emissions. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself. No emissions to give away our location. Eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running and they overheat. Cook us inside our own hull.
There's no way for anyone to detect us?
A visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
Why doesn't it work with faster than light travel?
Cranking up to FTL blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only one.
That sounds cool to me.
Aye, aye.
Aye, aye. Alright, let's talk to Tally.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance...
There is such an obvious joke to make here, but I'm not gonna do it.
I don't like the idea of aliens.
What's up, Cannoli? How you doing?
We're on the same side here. My people have more... But you can't blame me for being a little excited. I never dreamed that...
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
I didn't mean to be mean to her. I just picked an option. I'm just realizing, wait a minute. I picked a mean option for her. But I like Tally. Tally's cool.
But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the get.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly.
Mostly.
We try to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla. Grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
My autism is flared and I'm trying to find the best placement for my subwoofer. These freaking attorneys keep bothering me. Man, I just put it on your machine, like on your answer machine. It's like, I'm currently and autistically trying to find a place for my subwoofer. Leave a message. I mean, they're loyal. They'll understand. That's not illegal. You're doing nothing wrong.
And each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
Exactly. I'm gonna put that on my outgoing... Exactly.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials.
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend
I'm excited to rewatch Unforgiven. Oh, heck yeah. Unforgiven is so good.
Military jurisdiction. The 5
Unforgiven is pretty freaking awesome.
serve on the Admiralty Board.
I'm definitely looking forward to checking that out again.
Rule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty. And they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that serves.
Heck, I enjoyed the heck out of rewatching Aliens for Jacob's stream. For Jacob's stream tonight. That was that's so good.
I want to know more about the Geth.
I am not looking forward to rewatching Prometheus. Oh no, we gotta watch Prometheus. Yeah, is Prometheus after Unforgiven, or is it something else?
And how they turned on us.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
How come the Council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal.
Unforgiven, Iron Giant, Prometheus. Okay, gotcha. Well, Unforgiven and Iron Giant, definitely looking forward to Prometheus. Prometheus is a movie. At least it's pretty looking.
So, the Geth share brain power?
Oh, no problem.
Logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more
Well, I mean, shoot, Aliens, what, came out in 86? So you could save it for 2026.
So there's some sort of group consciousness?
No, nothing like that. They cannot share
Yeah, it really did.
or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate.
Prometheus has some truly stupid characters.
More capacity for original or independent thought.
What made them rebel?
As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
What did you do?
It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we
knew they would fly to a moon, and on that moon, rebel.
To permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
You can't blame them for fighting for their survival.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. By acting quickly, we had a chance to end the war before it began. The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the veil. Now we drift through space, exiled, searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
It's hard to feel sorry for you. Your ancestors tried to wipe out another species.
We made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first place, but we did not make a mistake when we went to war against them. If we had not acted, they would have wiped us out. They're a synthetic life form. They have no use for organics. None.
Going to see Deadpool and Wolverine Saturday. Come home and watch Unforgiven. What a contrast. Yeah.
Who's ever tried to contact them?
They didn't kill Saren.
What does that tell you? The Geth are not innocent.
I'll probably get to see Deadpool on Tuesday of next week.
Destroy us. Not just the Quarians.
Which I am looking forward to.
Life. That's why they've joined up with Saren. And that's why we have to stop him.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17
I'm hearing decent things for her. I know I saw Chris Gore posted his thoughts. He seemed to really like it.
Bonds among my people are strong.
I was like, okay, that's cool.
Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
I want to talk about something.
Like what?
I should go.
See you later.
I'm curious if they actually have reviews posted for it yet. I don't see any yet, but I'm sure people have already gotten a little sneak peek at it. But yeah, I mean, I'd be surprised if it wasn't at least decent. So I'm looking forward to it. Though I really enjoyed Twisters, so as far as summer movies go, I'm like, all right, Deadpool 3, your move.
Thanks for bringing me on board, Commander. I knew working with a Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
Have you worked with a Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
For the most part, the rules are there for a reason.
Maybe. But sometimes it feels like the rules are only there to stop me from doing my work. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it.
Yeah, you definitely should. Yeah, Twisters was pretty dang entertaining. I had a good time with it. Yeah, that's right. It's like gonna be like mistaken alien for aliens. Gotta get that S.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape.
Yeah, I was really pleased with it. I mean, I didn't expect anything when I first heard about it, but I was like, you know what, that's pretty fun. That was pretty fun.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside CSEC. Either way, I plan to make the most of this. And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
As long as you do your job well, you're free to go about your business as you see fit.
Thank you, Commander.
Nice ship you've got, Shepard. What can I do for you?
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story. Go ask the Quad stories.
Freaking Kingdom of the Planet.
You Krogan live for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
That'd be so freaking terrible.
Sometime the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
I heard about that. You know, they almost did the same to us.
It's not the same.
It seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
I was just making conversation. I wasn't trying to upset you.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago.
Ah, the Krogan story. That's such an interesting one. They're an incredibly dangerous species, but at the same time, only 1 in 1,000 of them survive because of genetic modification. I'm like, whew, that's a fascinating ethical question that creates, isn't it?
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected, every one. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist? Ask a Krogan. Would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Kinda wish you'd got there sooner, Commander. No offense, I appreciate the rescue. I just wish...
You wish we'd been able to save the rest of your unit?
Yes, sir. If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
The Geth are perfect ambushers. They don't move, they don't make noise, they don't even breathe.
Sir, they have flashlight heads. I'll make sure it doesn't happen.
I like that line.
Do you have a few minutes to talk one-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duties squared away. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Dismissed, Chief.
Sir.
Yeah, she totally digs him. One more conversation. We are heading to talk to... Well, no, should we go to Liara already?
Commander, something you need?
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything?
We have side missions we can do.
She's the best ship in the fleet, if you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great. I am the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet. Top of my class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
What are you talking about? Are you sick?
You mean you didn't know? Oh, crap. Okay, I've got Froelich syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow, too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack! It's very dramatic. But I've learned to manage my condition, Commander. Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you like the sound of snapping shin bones.
Why does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
You're dodging the question.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker, and it stuck.
Why didn't you ever smile?
Hey, I worked my ass off in flight school, Commander. The world's not gonna hand you anything if you go around grinning like an idiot. By the end of the year, I was the best pilot in the academy. Even better than the instructors, and everybody knew it. They'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation.
I see. Is this just that dialogue repeated?
I need to know more about this Froelich syndrome if I'm putting my ship in your hands.
Yeah, of course you do. It's an extremely rare condition. Nobody knows exactly what causes it. Genetic, maybe. It's treatable, but there's no cure. They classify my case as moderate to severe. I was born with over a dozen fractures, hip, thighs, ankles. My bones were already breaking in the womb. 100 years ago, I wouldn't have survived past my first year. Lucky for me, modern medical science has turned me into a productive member of society.
I have to go.
All right, see you.
Sorry, I had to switch off my volume for a sec. I won't tell you all what I listened to just now, but it was funny. Oh gosh. Alright, here we go. Yeah, zooming out. Oh man. So, we've got, I believe that's the DLC, which I'm glad we get to mess around with that. Get some other galaxies and whatnot, but we are going to go to Liara's dig site. Is she, let's see, there's Sparta, Macedon, Athens, and this is... Shargila. Sounds like Darjeeling. 1 minute you're saving the whole galaxy, and the next someone sends you to Shargila for Mary Antoinette and her little sister. Gotta scan these asteroid fields because sometimes you'll find stuff. Don't think there's anything in this one though. Fergaloos. Gonna scan for that. Alright. Let's see what's here. I don't think this is the actual planet, but since we're here, why not? I got a medal for exploration. Okay, so we got debris, an anomaly, and a stronghold. Got our grenades, got our bullets. A little boost there, that's cool. I think I see it. Aw, I ain't got the skills. That's a tragedy. 'Tis a tragedy. Okay. Got some peoples on the radar. Where? Hopefully it's... I would assume it's before this big ridge here. It is indeed. And we got some minerals over there. All right. And we got our minerals. Alright, here we go. I do like the new gun sounds. They sound pretty cool. Got some Geth. Oh no, they're pirates. Geth. Haha, there he goes. He's flying. He's fine. They're dead. Thanks for playing. Alright, let's head into this little building. Heck yeah. Warp. Whoa, why do I gotta die? Especially when you can die.
That's it. Bag 'em and tag 'em.
Alright. Let's check out this room over here. Got some stuff. You discover evidence that the Asari leading these slavers and Masada Dantius, an important ambassador on the Citadel, are sisters! You should return to the Presidium and confront Nasana with this. Oh my goodness. And if you don't know Nasana, she is she's the Asari in the bar on the Citadel, which we didn't really talk to her or anything, but you actually can talk to her, and she gives you this mission, I think. But she lies to you a little bit. Okay, I got it. Alright, let's pop back into Mako. Whoops. Let's head to Sparta. Let's meet the spider. Tremendous. No.
Commander, I'm picking up a signal from the planet's surface. It looks like an automated distress beacon.
Uh-oh. We're gonna come back here later. Let's see. Scanning, scanning, scanning. Weird breathing? You okay? What are you talking about? Alright, let's take Tali. We'll take Ashley with us too. You're breathing. Maybe it's picking it up weird or something. Breathing's pretty calm right now. Yeah, some echoes. Alright.
Commander, I'm picking up some strange readings. Really strange, like off the damn charts. It looks like it's coming from an underground complex a few clicks away from the drop zone.
Okay, let's go fetch Liara. And how you doing, Boosh? Righty-ho, dude. I heard you had a visit to the dentist. Those are always fun, aren't they? That's good, good, good. Oh no! It's a guest! Alright, we got him. And we ran him over for good measure. Just for the insult. Yeah, I was at the theater earlier. I was checking out Twisters. Twisters is quite cool. I liked it.
This route's a no-go. They have tight hand cover.
Yeah, Mass Effect's awesome. This is the best video game sci-fi universe ever created as far as I'm concerned. And this game's from 2007. Yeah, I mean, it's very much in the same vein as the first one. It's good. It's not even like I mean, I wouldn't call it a smart movie necessarily. I would call the plot more, you know, serviceable. But I wouldn't necessarily be like, oh yeah, this is just dumb. I'm like, nah, it's just not. It's like you're kind of given a premise that you're like, okay, this probably is a little, you know, a little goofy. This probably isn't real, but you know, you just kind of accept it, and you're like, all right, whatever. It's, you know, it's the movie lore, and yeah, it's fun. It's a fun one. I mean, it's not a movie you have to think very much about, but at the same time, I wouldn't go so far as to go full-blown dumb fun. I'd more just call it like a popcorn flick. And a very good one. I liked it. Alright, ladies. Follow me. Follow me. I hear people outside. Not in the game. People outside. Oh, you put up a shell, jet. That's what I am. Just says you're a popcorn flick. Hey, does that just means she applies butter and caramel? So it's not all bad. Do a flip. What's up, Sammy? I don't think I can do a flip. That's one ability they don't give Shepard. What the heck? Shortchanged him. That's what they did. Hey, in space, nobody can hear you jump. So it's fine. Say this also, this game, aside from having, I mean, it's a 2007 game, so obviously there's quite a bit about it that's aged, but, I mean, in this, granted, this is the remastered version, which they did a good job with it, but, it still holds up pretty well on most fronts. It's excellent storytelling. That's kind of the strong suit of this series, is the storytelling, but, there's a lot of other stuff that they do really, really cool. Yeah, same, exactly. It's a great game. I love this trilogy. That is Mass Effect 2 and 3. Mostly 2. Funny enough, even though it's like obviously the character model is modeled to be very, you know, very hot, I think she's one of the worst romance options. She's like my least favorite romance option outside of maybe Samara, the Asari in Mass Effect 2. I like. It's funny. I was watching Aristocratic Utensil this weekend, and he brought up Jack from Mass Effect 2 and preferring her over Miranda. I'm like, ha, we have that in common. It's like Jack's my favorite romance option in this game by far. Well, in 2. See, my plan for this playthrough is to play it the way I would make the series. Like, if I were to follow this story, like, as a series, like, I would do the romance a very specific way, which you all will see. I mean, I would probably write certain elements a little bit differently, but, you know, the trajectory, that's all I'm doing. Wondering why there's a red dot over there. I don't see anything. Just fire blindly over here. Do I need to kill something? I don't see anything. Exactly. Yes you do, Boosh. Your decisions in this game, they carry over to 2 and 3. I mean, it's not like, I mean, it's certain elements obviously matter way more than others, but yeah. It's basically details carry over. Well, that and, I mean, there are some details that are pretty dang important. Like character deaths and whatnot. Alright, I killed that thing. I love the story stuff with the Geth. Geth are awesome. The whole Geth Corian thing, I think, is just so well done. Really, a lot of the lore stuff is pretty excellent. They really set up this universe really, really well. Uh-oh. They're shooting at me. I used to bullseye womp rats on my T-16 back home. They're not much bigger than 2 meters. It's like, shut up, Luke. You die in meditation. What's up, Akuma Gaming? How you doing? Alright, finally got that one. That could be. Like, man, that would be funny if, like, Luke said that around Obi-Wan, and he was like, wait a minute. You used to do what? You used to just randomly, like, shoot creatures while speeding around? Why are you so cruel, Luke? What the heck? Let's run him over. Oh, wait, I missed him. I just forgot you can zoom in on this. I think they added that. No, nothing over there. Okay. Let's drive along. Exactly. You know, Luke, I don't need the Force since you're pretty messed up. You're a disturbed individual. Dun, 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 dun. Man, I am driving like an Asian woman. I knew Micah would appreciate that, since he is an Asian male. You grew up without a father, didn't you? Yeah, so, Alright. Let's go into our equipment, because we can actually stop boosting this. Okay. Let's look at our equipment. That's a good shotgun. Hammerhead rounds and okay. That's a little better. I don't care what anybody says. I know some people give Ashley crap because she doesn't trust aliens, and I'm like, do y'all have any idea how base that is? And how true to life that really would be? It's like, oh, she doesn't just accept aliens, and I'm like, most humans probably wouldn't. Especially if their family got screwed over in a fight with some of them. That's pretty normal. So see, Ash is using her assault rifle, Tally her shotgun. Okay. So... okay. You do some chemical round damage, my lady. And we'll give you... oh, wow. Make your target sick. I'll give you anti-personnel. That'll do. Get that pistol whip. That pistol whip. Yeah, you do. I didn't put her in the burqa. They did that to themselves. That is pretty funny for real, though.
All patched up.
Whoa. And I really dig this soundtrack, by the way. Ah, I missed him. Yow. Let's try to hit him with warp. Whoa, that was close. Got him. Okay, I think that's everyone. I do. At least I do. Holy crap. How'd that miss? Haha, funny run. Or maybe it just kind of looks funny from the angle, but it's funny. Though it's not half as funny as the run they give your main character in Mass Effect Andromeda. Which, by the way, if you haven't voted on the poll, I have a poll up in my community section where it's asking if you think I should play Andromeda after the trilogy. Should I put myself through that hell? So I've actually never played that game all the way through. I've never been able to actually finish it. Okay. Who's up there? Oh boy. Let's find some better cover than this, because we're getting our bottoms handed to us.
I'm bleeding out.
Okay, there's one. Finally dead. Okay, got that one. He's doing the zoom zoom. He's like a kitten. He's like a cat. There we go. I think there's a sniper over there. There was, at least. Let's wait for that thing to shoot. Alright. Got him. By radar, there should be a couple more. Got him. Oh, sure, now you two ladies wake up. Freaking women, I swear. Am I right? Am I right? Freaking ladies. Use the force, Shepard. Let go, Shepard. There's another trial about a woman supposedly killed her husband, Ashley Bankfield ballerina. Never heard of it. That's pretty messed up.
Formed around the ruin after it was built.
Delicious.
Prothean's built to last. Looks like a lava flow port in here.
Alright, heading down. She's floating.
Can you hear me out there? I'm trapped. I need help.
Liara Tassoni, I presume.
Thank the goddess. I did not think anyone would come looking for me. Listen, this thing I'm in is a Prothean security device. I cannot move, so I need you to get me out of it, all right?
How'd you end up in there?
I was exploring the ruins when the Geth showed up, so I hid in here. Can you believe that? Geth, beyond the veil! I activated the tower's defenses. I knew the barrier curtains would keep them out. When I turned it on, I must have hit something I wasn't supposed to. I was trapped in here. You must get me out, please!
Your mother is working with Saren. Whose side are you on?
What? I am not on anybody's side. I may be Benezia's daughter, but I'm nothing like her. I have not spoken to her in years. Please, just get me out of here.
We just need to figure some way past this energy field.
It's a Prothean barrier curtain.
Leave her in there. It's funny is if you like wait a long time to come get her, like I think if you do like the other 2 major missions first, then like you'll come back here and she'll be like really wary and tired, and it's a little bit funnier.
The defenses cannot be shut off from the outside. I don't know how you'll get in here. Be careful. There is a Krogan with the Geth. They've been trying different ways to get past the barrier.
Whoa. It's true. Get wrecked.
All clear, Commander. We did it.
How did you get in here? I didn't think there was any way past the barrier.
We have to get you out of here before more Geth arrive.
Yes, you're right. I've seen enough of them to last a lifetime. That button should shut down my containment field.
So these aliens are just hanging out, and you and your racist friend are destroying their neighborhood. I mean, I would say we're cleansing the neighborhood.
There is an elevator back in the center of the tower. At least I think it's an elevator. It should take us out of here. Come on! I still cannot believe all this. Why would the Geth come after me? Do you think Benezia's involved?
Saren's looking for the conduit. Think fast, Miss Prothean expert.
The conduit? But I don't know...
What the hell was that?
These ruins are not stable. That mining laser must have triggered a seismic event.
It called Lizzo?
The whole place is caving in.
Joker, get the Normandy airborne and lock in on my signal. On the double, mister.
Aye, aye, Commander. Secure and away. ETA 8 minutes.
He needs to move faster.
Well, he does have brittle bone disease and can barely walk, so, you know, he's doing what he can. Cheese tally. Be sensitive. My gosh.
Surrender. Or don't. That would be...
Somehow Biden came back.
In case you didn't know,
Somehow Joe returned.
Exhilarating, isn't it? Thanks for getting rid of those energy fields for us.
At least we think he did.
Whatever it is you want, you are not...
How do we know it's not one of them cheap fakes?
She'll stay with us, thanks.
Not an option. Saren wants her, and he always gets what he wants. Kill him. Spare the Asari if you can. If not, doesn't matter.
Holy crap. Blam. What's up, Jacob? Not gonna be on too much longer, because obviously I got, you know, we got Jacob's stream coming up. I at least wanted to make sure we got this cool mission done. Well, it was 3-on-1. Well, after I killed all the Geth.
Too close, Commander. 10 more seconds we would have been swimming in molten sulfur. The Normandy isn't equipped to land in exploding volcanoes. They tend to fry our sensors and melt our hull. Just for future reference.
We almost died out there, and your pilot is making jokes?
Joker pulled our asses out of there. I think he's earned the right to a few bad jokes.
I see. It must be a human thing. I don't have a lot of experience dealing with your species, Commander. But I am grateful to you. You saved my life back there, and not just from the volcano. Those Geth would have killed me or dragged me off to Saren.
What did Saren want with you? Do you know something about the conduit?
Only that it was somehow connected to the Prothean extinction. That is my real area of expertise. I have spent the past 50 years trying to figure out what happened to them.
How old are you exactly?
I hate to admit it, but I am only 106.
Damn. I hope I look that good when I'm your age.
A century may seem like a long time to a short-lived species like
She's taking that Hollywood medicine.
But among the Asari, I am barely considered more than a child. That is why my research has not received the attention it deserves. Because of my youth, other Asari scholars tend to dismiss my theories on what happened to the Protheans.
Did your research turn up anything interesting?
What is interesting is what I did not turn up. There is remarkably little archaeological evidence of the Protheans, and even less that might explain why they disappeared. It is almost as if someone did not want the mystery solved. It is like someone came along after the Protheans were gone and cleansed the galaxy of clues. But here is the incredible part. According to my findings, the Protheans were not the first galactic civilization to mysteriously vanish. This cycle began long before them.
Where'd you come up with this theory? I thought there wasn't any evidence.
I have been working on this for 50 years. I have tracked down every scrap and shred of evidence. Eventually, subtle patterns start to emerge, patterns that hint at the truth. It is difficult to explain to someone else. I cannot point to one specific thing to prove my case. It is more a feeling derived from a half-century of dedicated research. But I know I'm right, and eventually I will be able to prove it. There were other civilizations before the Protheans. This cycle has repeated itself many times over.
If the Protheans weren't the first, then who was?
I don't know. There is barely any evidence on the Protheans, even less on those who came before them. I cannot prove my theory, but I know I am right. The galaxy is built on a cycle of extinction. Each time a great civilization rises up, it is suddenly and violently cast down. Only ruins survive. The Protheans rose up from a single world until their empire spanned the entire galaxy. Yet even they climbed to the top on the remains of those who came before.
Decorating a classroom with whatever now, apparently it's poofing.
The mass relays in the Citadel.
Appropriate for little kids, alright.
Of those who came before them. And then, like all the other civilizations throughout galactic history, the Protheans disappeared.
And when you say decorating, are we talking like hanging emojis, or are we talking you had to eat some Taco Bell beforehand and now it's just spray and pray?
But I have never heard of. How do you know this? What evidence do you have?
There was a damaged Prothean beacon on Eden Prime. It burned a vision into my brain. I'm still trying to sort out what it all means.
Visions. Yes, that makes sense. The beacons were designed to transmit information directly into the mind of the user.
Like we just let the monkeys loose and we're just waiting for them to finish.
No wonder the Geth attacked Eden Prime. The chance to acquire a working beacon, even a badly damaged one, is worth almost any risk. But the beacons were only programmed to interact with Prothean physiology. Whatever information you received would have been confused, unclear.
Oh, golly.
I am amazed you were able to make sense of it at all. A lesser mind would have been utterly destroyed by the process. You must be remarkably strong-willed, Commander.
Okay, this isn't helping us find Saren or the conduit.
Of course.
She got jealous.
I am sorry, my scientific curiosity got the better of me. Unfortunately, I do not have any information that could help you find the conduit, or Saren.
I don't know why Saren wanted you out of the picture, but I think we'll be a lot better off if we bring you along.
Thank you, Commander. Saren might
Is she a metaphor for Viagra?
Safer than here on your ship. And
I don't think you're supposed to swallow her.
And her biotics will come in handy when the fighting starts.
Good to have you on the team, Liara.
Thank you, Commander. I am very grateful. Oh, I am afraid I am feeling a bit lightheaded.
When was the last time you ate or slept? Dr. Chakwa should take a look at you.
It is probably just mental exhaustion, coupled with the shock of discovering the Protheans' true fate. I need some time to process all this. Still, it could not hurt to be examined by a medical professional. It will give me the chance to think things over. Are we finished here, Commander?
We can talk again after you've seen the doctor. The rest of you, dismissed.
Mission reports are filed, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
We've received your report, Commander. I understand Dr. Tassoni is on the Normandy.
I assume you're taking the necessary security precautions.
Liara's on our side.
That's Sarah. Surrender.
Ignacio would never allow Saren to kill her daughter.
Maybe she doesn't know.
Or maybe we don't know her. We never expected she could become a traitor.
At least the mission was a success.
Hello, all my Turian words.
Major Prothean ruin. Was that really necessary, Shepard?
The Geth were crawling all over those ruins. We were lucky to make it out alive.
Of course, Commander. The mission must always take priority.
Good luck, Commander. Remember, we are all counting on you.
I prefer gold to silver, you know, for my medal. I figured you'd recommend me for one since I, pulled your boots out of the fire.
If we present you with a medal, you'll end up sitting on stage listening to politicians make speeches for a couple of hours. Fun.
That's a good point. They'd probably make me shave, too. I spent the last 7 weeks working on this baby. No medal's worth that. So, Commander, why don't you tell me why you're really here?
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
It's like, no, that was literally it. Alright, let's chit-chat with the crew. You always want to talk to them after a big mission.
Anything you need, Commander?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
Is this an official evaluation, Commander? Or off the record?
All right. Let's label it officially off the record. Got something on your mind?
Straight up, there's something wrong with all of this. This Saren is looking for records on some kind of galactic extinction, but we can't get backup from the Council? Sorry, Commander. There's writing on the wall here, but someone isn't reading it.
The Council doesn't want to believe anything's wrong. I'd call it human nature, but...
I hear you. It just seems like a group that's been around as long as the Council should see this coming. Sorry if I got too informal. Protocol wasn't a big focus back in Bot.
Tell me about it.
Biotic acclimation and temperance didn't last past the airlock. To the kids they hauled in, it was brain camp. Sorry, hauled in is unkind. We were encouraged to
I have, and yes, if Caden sounds familiar, it is because he is, what's the guy's name? He's part of your squad. He's like, I think, the first member of your squad.
Is there some question about how you were exposed?
My mother was downwind of a transport crash. It was before there were human biotics. A little after the discovery of the Martian ruins. It only gets iffy around...
And just like that game, I don't particularly like this character.
Until then, they'd relied on accidentals. A bunch of guys in suits show up at your door after school, and next thing you know, you're out on Jump Zero.
I agree, it would.
You know of any
and I have it.
For certain?
I got that on the Steam sale.
As big as the exposures were, it was hard to track down accidentals. It was different then. No one knew the potential, so there wasn't a lot of regulation. Anything Canadians did was gold. I'm not saying they intentionally detonated drives over our outposts, but in retrospect, they were damn quick on the scene.
There were other kids in the same boat, right? At least you weren't alone out there.
That's true. We did have a little circle that would get together every night before lights out. We didn't have much to do, though. It was a research platform then. Canadians kept Jump Zero off the extranet. Prevent leaks.
Then you must have had plenty of time to get to know each other.
Yeah. We'd sit around and bull every night after dinner and play cards or network games. There was this girl named Rana who had a little circle grow up around her. She was from Turkey. Her family was very rich. But she was smart and charming as hell. Beautiful, but not stuck up about it. I think you'd have liked her.
Sounds like she was special to you.
She was. Maybe she felt the same. things never felt together. Training, you know.
Jump Zero is Gagarin Station, right? What's it like?
Yeah, that's the official name. Biggest and farthest facility we had for decades. Right on the termination shock, the outer edge of the solar system. It's where they did all the Goose Chase FTL research before we caught on to using mass effect fields. It was a sterile research platform when I was there.
Alright, there we go.
Jump Zero is a long way from home. What was it like?
The grand gateway to humanity looks a lot better in the vids. But that's my own baggage, Commander. No bearing on this.
It's a big galaxy, Lieutenant. Who knows what will come in handy?
If you say so, sir. Besides, I've got my past squared away.
Alright. Talk to him. Now let's chit-chat with Liara. Actually, we can talk to Chakwas first, because I think she'll tell you a little better.
Commander? Is there something you need?
Oh no, she won't. Never mind.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
You're in good hands. Dr.
Just
Chakwas
wait till you
knows
see mine.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from the Geth, Commander.
I'll stop.
If you hadn't shown up,
I'm just glad we got there in time.
so am I. I know you took a chance bringing me aboard this ship. I have seen the way your crew looks at me. They do not trust me. But I am not like Benezia. I will do whatever I can to help you stop Saren. I promise.
Don't worry, Liara. I trust you. I know you won't let me down.
It means a lot to hear you say that, Commander. Thank you.
Tell me about yourself, Liara.
Me? I am afraid I am not very interesting, Commander. I spend most of my time on remote digs, unearthing mundane items buried in long-forgotten Prothean ruins.
You must enjoy something about it.
I love my work. Seeking out history's lost secrets has a special appeal for me. You were actually touched by working Prothean technology. That is why I find you so fascinating, Commander.
Sounds like you want to dissect me in a lab somewhere.
What? No! I did not mean to insinuate. I never meant to offend you, Shepard. I only meant that you would be an interesting specimen for an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
Calm down, Liara. I was only joking.
Joking? Oh, by the goddess, how could I be so dense? You must think I am a complete and utter fool. Now you know why I prefer to spend my time in the field with data disks and computers. I always seem to say something embarrassing around other people. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
It would be funny just to leave it right there. It's like, okay, goodbye. It's like, don't worry, Liara. If you overcompensate with being scantily clad, you know, you'll do just fine in the universe. They won't even think about how stupid you are.
We were instrumental in forming.
That's how stupid human chicks get by.
We strive to be the voice of peaceful cooperation in galactic disputes. My people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Each species contributes something to the greater whole. Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us. The galaxy is filled with rumors and misinformation about my people.
Like what?
Most of the inaccuracies are centered around our mating rituals. My species is monogendered. Male and female have no real meaning for us. We still require a partner to reproduce. This second parent...
It's like an alien librarian that takes her glasses off in the movie and is suddenly hot and then dissects you. I mean, kinda, yeah.
I don't understand. Your species can mate with anyone?
Mating is not quite the proper term. Not as you understand it. Physical contact may or may not be involved, but it is not an essential element of the union.
It would be funny to see Liara react to the Kardashians. She was like, is this just a more primitive, unevolved form of the human species? What is this?
We explore the genetic memory of their species.
Like, yes, Liara, it is.
Elements of their individual and racial identities.
So this, I don't know, I would think that the trans movement would be in complete opposition to Liara, because, I mean, for crying out loud, her race is monogendered. I mean, I guess technically that's non-binary, but only because there's one.
Some unions are.
It's like, if anything, they're more strict on it. It's like, it's just women.
Others can be more long-term. Sometimes an Asari and her partner will stay.
I can't believe the polls favored this over naked, wet, soapy Arthur Morgan. Well, Vex, most gamers are men. And I suppose some of them would like that, but, you know. But it was close. I mean, it was close. But don't worry, Vex. After Mass Effect, we'll do Red Dead.
I thought you always needed another species to serve as one of the parents.
Think about it, Shepard. If we were not able to mate with
Male gamers can appreciate male hotness. Well, I mean, to be fair, I guess, to those moments in Red Dead, when he is wet and soapy, you can call a woman in to wash you, so there is that.
Most Asari believe it weakens our species. Asari daughters inherit racial traits from the father species. If both parents are Asari, then nothing has been gained, or so conventional wisdom would hold. I am what is sometimes called a pureblood. Though no Asari would ever be cruel enough to say the word to my face, it is a great insult among my people. It is possible Benezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. She may have been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
Maybe she wanted to meet you, but couldn't. Something could have happened to her. Maybe she passed away.
You might be right.
Glenn Powell in Twisters has me feeling some kind of way. Okay, well, I guess this, she's stealing. I mean, I'm going to steelman her point a bit. It's like, I get it, Vex. I totally get it. Glenn Powell has that women want to be with him, men want to be him quality to him. That's why I think he's got a shot at being the next big movie star.
Long before the child reaches maturity.
And he's the best thing about that movie.
Do you know who Matriarch Benezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner. Though I know my father, if you want to use that term.
Glenn Powell's... You know, Glenn Powell, when he's a little older, probably could play Arthur Morgan. I still need to see Maverick, though. You do need to see Maverick. Maverick's awesome. Like, cause he's kind of a douchebag for a lot of that movie, but you still like him. So it's like, okay.
If we were not able to mate with our own species,
he could. You make him a little bit more rugged. His face isn't even that far from Arthur's.
Most Asari believe it weakens our species.
Yeah, them tornadoes, they need moisture. It's like, wait a minute. Like they had like Doppler going over a certain part of the theater, and they were like, there's about an F half over this part of the theater. What's going on?
It is a great insult among my people. It is possible Benezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. She may have been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
Maybe she wanted...
Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father...
You Asari live for 1,000 years. What happens when your partner dies?
Few sapient species live as long as my kind. We have learned to take a philosophical approach to our unions. We do not focus on the inevitable...
I totally agree.
Instead, we
I totally agree. More Westerns, put Glenn Powell on them.
A part of them lives on in us. The union is a connection that transcends both time and space.
And he's likable. That's part of the thing. It's like he's smart in picking projects right now, and he seems pretty likable so far. Yep.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me, especially your chief engineer. But I just sort of feel out of place. The Normandy runs so smooth, it feels like we're not even moving. And the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
Exactly. He wants to make movies that fans enjoy. I'm even willing to you know, keep an eye on the guy who directed Twisters, because he had kind of a similar attitude. He was like, look, we're not trying to preach to anybody, we just want them to have a good time. I was like, heck yeah, man. More of that.
But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing.
I can't say brown slurs in this chat, apparently, which means everyone, she tried. Hey, I saw that.
Kind of miss them.
That worked.
Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have. It's gone.
Thank you, try again.
I'm starting to wonder if that's what the pilgrimage is really about.
You know, in a way, you know, you've got Dorothy and Twister. Well, in the other version kind of is the Indian knockoff, because it's called Dot 3. So, that's pretty Indian.
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
What do they look like under those masks? That has been the subject for quite a bit of speculation.
Otherwise, I might not have a home to go back to.
I should go.
See you later.
Commander, how are you?
Why did you want to be a CSEC officer in the first place?
That's a good question. There were several reasons, I guess.
Like what?
Probably the same as most officers.
Twisters gave me an all-American injection to the brain, man. Love it. Yeah, I had a really good time watching it.
He was CSEC, one of the best. I grew up here.
I came out of that with much the same feeling I came out of it in '96 when I saw that Twisters. I was like, dang, that was a lot of fun.
That's tough. But you'd think he'd be impressed you're going after Sarah.
I was like, there's probably a couple of things they could have done better, but
Do things right or don't do them.
it was good. I liked it. I can't tell if that's Groot or a crab thing. Well, he's not made of wood. If anything, his face is more like a cat.
You were asked to be a Spectre?
Well, I was targeted as a possible Spectre candidate. Me and about 1,000 other Turian military recruits. I could have received special training. My father didn't like it.
The I should go thing became kind of a meme for these first couple of games, so much that when the last DLC they ever did for Mass Effect actually makes fun of it. It's pretty dang hilarious.
I suppose I can understand his concern.
The character motivation changes at the halfway point was my biggest gripe, yeah.
C-Sex rules. If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone who isn't restricted.
No, look at his lips. It's like his face is meant to slightly resemble a cat.
Just because you can break the rules doesn't mean you should. I don't need to stoop to Saren's level to stop it.
They look like Leslie Headland. That's why they wear a mask. Whoa. What? Jacob, don't go saying that around Mass Effect fans. Tali is well beloved in the Mass Effect community. She's a lot of people's favorite. Not my personal favorite, but Tali's pretty awesome. I doubt she looks like Leslie Headland. I actually think people have done like artistic renderings, and I think if you romance her, you get like a picture of her without the mask or whatever. But one of the biggest like kind of cheap moments from Mass Effect 3, even though I like the game, is Tali does take her mask off, but they don't show you her face. And I was like, what the heck? What a load of crap.
I think I'd like to hear about it just the same.
Where's the talking butthole skit? He is not a member of your party. There are other ones around, but we won't see them for a little while. Talking butthole skit. Oh my gosh.
I didn't know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
It wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once.
I actually think if Vex played this game, she'd probably pick up a lot on... In fact, I don't know if they intended this or not, but you really could replace a lot of these alien races with certain people groups and derive context from so much that it feels intentional. So I'm like, I wonder if she would pick up on that.
But he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone.
Like, you have the Krogan here. The Krogan here are considered kind of dangerous, and they like to fight a lot. And they were uplifted by a smarter race of aliens. And they became so dangerous that they decided, we've got to make sure they don't have a lot of kids. So they literally have a disease that causes only 1 in 1,000 of them, to live. So
What kind of cargo was the
little bit of eugenics going on there, a little bit.
All I saw on that ship was food and medical supplies. There were some basic
So there's a lot of that in this game, and I'm like, did y'all know what y'all were doing there? I kind of get the sense you did.
Whose ship was it?
There was a Volus trading vessel. Big one. Lots of guards. But they were no match for us.
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up with you. But my instincts were right. Every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week. Every damn one.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Commander, you have a minute to talk?
I keep an open door policy. If you have any concerns, lay them on me.
Alright.
Are your breasts a concern? Lay them on me.
Things are different aboard the Normandy, but I'm concerned about the aliens, Vicarian and Rex. With all due respect, Commander, should they have full access to the ship?
They may not serve the Alliance, Chief, but they're allies. At least as far as Saren goes.
This is the most advanced ship in the Alliance Navy. I don't think we should give them free rein to poke around the vital systems. Engines, sensors, weapons.
I think we should build a wall around those things.
You don't trust the Alliance's allies?
I'm not sure I'd call the Council races allies.
I have not seen Farscape.
We, humanity, have to learn to rely on ourselves.
Standing up for ourselves doesn't mean standing alone.
I don't think we should turn down allies. I just think we shouldn't bet everything on them staying allies. As noble as the council members seem now, if their backs are against the wall, they'll abandon us.
I'm sorry, she's absolutely right. People like to rip on her being racist, like space racist. I'm like, no, she's pretty much right. So
I don't see that as inevitable.
Look, if you're fighting a bear and the only way for you to survive is to sick your dog on it and run, you'll do it. As much as you love your dog, it isn't.
Yeah, I've heard Farscape's good. I haven't seen it though.
Really, members of their species will always be more important to them than humans are.
These seem like deeply held beliefs, Williams. What made you think this way?
My family's defended the Alliance since it was founded. My father, grandfather, great-grandmother, they all picked up a rifle and swore the oath of service. I guess we just tend to think of Earth's interests.
She's not just bad. She's space racist.
You're lucky. I lost my family on Mindoir. Are you related to anyone I'd have heard of?
Couldn't say, Commander. I read about Mindoir. The Alliance screwed the pooch on that one. Should have had a bigger garrison. Is that why you're out here? To take the fight to the pirates?
No. The future of humanity is out here. There's so much we haven't seen yet.
Yeah. I still remember my first field exercise on Titan. When we hit mud, the reality hit me. I'm the first person who ever stood here. Then my drill instructor kicked me in the ass. I went face first into the muck. He spent the next 5 minutes chewing me out for gold bricking.
Don't tell me you had Gunny Ellison. He's the only one I know who uses that word to describe shirking duty.
Oh, Lord. You went to the Makapog boot camp, too? Yeah. Gunny Ellison's still reaming out recruits down there. Kicking ass and using words like inveigle and pusillanimous.
Okay, I gotta look up those words now. I could see myself using pusillanimous at some point.
It doesn't sound like you've worked with aliens before.
No, sir. Mainly
Someone look up pusillanimous.
I did get a rotation at a space station for training. Every Marine a rifleman, every rifleman ZG certified.
That's odd. Your record is spotless and your technical scores are exemplary. You should be serving with the fleet.
Anyway, that's why I haven't served with many aliens, Commander.
All right. I can see where your concerns are coming from, Williams. But this is a multilateral mission. You're going to have to work with aliens, like it or not.
It won't be a problem, Commander. You say jump, I say how high. You tell me to kiss a Turian, I'll ask which cheek.
Would you kiss anyone I ordered you to?
That depends, sir. If you ordered me to kiss a superior officer, that would be a violation of the regs concerning fraternization. That would
showing a lack of courage or determination. Hey, that sounds right.
Sir.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story.
No one ever used this word.
Not everyone has a happy family life.
No.
Pusillanimous.
Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of years.
Hey, we could use that to describe Gorman for the first half of Aliens.
We'll talk later.
He's a real pusillanimous. Alright, that makes 7 o'clock, so I think I am going to go ahead and wrap it up here. That will conclude our stream, and I think I'll probably play another round of this tomorrow, but y'all make sure about an hour from now, head over to Jacob Ironside's channel. Hey, it may be Whitey. That's kind of why I'm interested in the meaning of the word, because it sounds similar. It doesn't have anything to do with a vagina. It has to do with pusillanimous. Well, there you go. But yeah, make sure y'all head over to Jacob Ironside's channel in an hour. We're going to be talking aliens. Me, him, Whitey, and some others. It's going to be fun. But as for Mass Effect, as far as this channel, I will see you all again tomorrow. So until then, good night, God bless, and Godspeed.